Where in the Herd is Tiffany, where we talk about travel, lifestyle, mental health, and fashion. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Sweet Tippies, Twitter at Sweet Tippies, Facebook at Sweet Tippies Inspirations, and the website www.tiffany-travels.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany Herd, and I am pretty sure that if you are possibly living in America or maybe living in another place, you want to know what places that African American, Black, or however you identify is safe to travel to and where we feel most welcome. So on today's video, I'm going to talk about different countries, different islands, of places that I've been to. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to add on the list. So once I travel to those places, I would love to do a part 2 of this video. Okay, let's start off with what I consider to be the motherland. Africa is one of my favorite places in the world to go, and so I've been to a couple different places. The first place is to South Africa. I went to South Africa during a study abroad trip when I went to Howard University. Woo woo! Shout out to my HBCUs and of course the illustrious Howard University. But they took us on a trip to South Africa, Cape Town. We got a chance to explore different parishes and villages, and we even got a chance to go to a government official parliament, which was super cool to go to. But I felt very welcome there in Cape Town. It's beautiful. I highly recommend people going. Unfortunately, I only explored Cape Town, so I definitely want to go to Johannesburg and Durban. But yes, visit South Africa. That was where I first had my first safari. So go check that out. Another place that's really cool in Africa is Morocco. I went to Morocco last year and I just love the culture. I got a chance to go to the Sahara, sleeping under the stars. If anything knows about California, I don't see stars twinkling at night due to exhaust and all kind of stuff. I got a chance to ride a camel, which by the way, I don't ever have to do again. And the food was good. Oh my gosh, the tangine was super good. Got to try tangine. And I really just enjoyed the culture by taking a cooking class and going to the Blue City. So I highly recommend Morocco. I also been to Burkina Faso, which I recommend. They speak French, so if you don't know how to speak French, you may have a tough time, but get a Google Translator or something like that so that you'll be able to speak the language. Funny story really quickly, I was trying to order some food, I think just a burger and fries, and we could not get it together. I think they bought me a burger without fries and they took it back, then they took the patty out and put the fries inside the hamburger buns. It was just a hot mess until the owner came by and fixed everything. And then lastly, I highly recommend Ghana. Ghana is absolutely my favorite country in Africa. The first time was in 2007 and I went on a study abroad program. I went for 6 weeks and I absolutely fell in love. There is the culture. If you don't notice, I'm wearing African attire and it's from Ghana. The people, the food, jollof rice is my favorite. Yes, Ghana has the best jollof rice. Sorry, Nigeria. And so I definitely highly recommend. Most people that I know that go to Ghana absolutely falls in love and wants to go back. So make sure you check out those countries in Africa. And again, there are 54 countries, so I have a whole lot more to explore, and I hope you explore as well. The next place that we're going to talk about is Colombia. So Colombia was my first solo international trip, and was I nervous? Absolutely. You hear a lot about the narcos and you hear about the drug cartel and different things like that. So was I nervous? Absolutely, but I felt like it was safe because a lot of people have been going there. So I started off the trip going to Bogota, which was great. There is an underground cathedral that you have to go to. And the next city I went to was Medellin. I particularly love Medellin because it's very metropolitan. They have a train system. It looks like the metro here in LA. I tasted some of their best desserts in Medellin. The other special thing about Medellin, they have a large Black expat community. And I got a chance to hang out with some of them. And the cool part was that I feel like if I ever needed to move abroad, that I would have a community there in Medellin. And many people, some had started a business there, some were teaching English, some just raised up savings to go and live there for a couple months. So seeing them makes it possible to know that I can actually move one day as an expat as well. The next city that I went to was Cartagena. I want to warn you that Cartagena is hot as fish grease, so be prepared. What I'm wearing is too much. Wear less clothes as possible. But I love Cartagena because it's the beach. It has that island type of vibe. And there are people that look exactly like me. Shout out to Alex Roca. He was my tour guide. And again, he looked like he'd be my brother, my cousin, just part of the family because we look alike. The only difference is that he spoke Spanish. So, funny story, I'm driving with him and I'm showing my mom, I FaceTime my mom like, hey mom, I'm in the car, this is my tour guide. And she's like, Tiffany, there's Black people in Colombia? And I was like, Ma, yes, there's Black people in Colombia. So I was a bit embarrassed, but to me that just shows me that you have to travel because you never know what people are like, or you may have a stereotype with somebody. So that's why it's good to go and see things for yourself. So definitely go to Colombia. I can't wait to go back and explore a little bit more. Cities such as Cali, where they say they have the highest amount of Black population. I just love going to places where the people look like me. I think I just feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that the people look like me, despite the language barrier. I speak English and I can barely speak Spanish, but somehow just somebody looking like me just makes it just that much better. Let's talk about Caribbean islands. So I really enjoy the U.S. Virgin Islands. It is part of the U.S., which is great. If you are a U.S. citizen, you don't need a passport. You can just hop on over there, and they have like several different islands over there, which is St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, and like the British Virgin Islands, which you may need a passport for that one. But for the other three, you could just hop over. I got a chance to volunteer for about 2 weeks in St. John. Got a chance to hop over to St. Thomas. In St. Thomas, I think you may see more Black people or maybe see more islanders. When I lived in St. John for a couple weeks, I found a lot of tourists. And so I personally would have liked to see more Black people, but I don't know if I just was not in the correct location. But of course, there are people that look like us. And I think towards the end of my stay, I got a chance to visit like a school where they were putting on a performance. I think that was at the time where I saw the most Black people there. But I'm pretty sure that they're there. So that's definitely a great destination to go to. And of course, the beaches are absolutely gorgeous in the Virgin Islands. Also Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. Again, one of those places that you do not need a passport. I've been to Puerto Rico several times. I highly recommend going to like the rainforest. The food is great. Go salsa dancing. And I think I really like it because it's just so close. And that you don't need the extra stuff. And also when I was in Puerto Rico, there's a place called Louisa, where there are the highest population of Black people there. I found out about it like through a Facebook group, and I was like, I have to go to this place. So I got a chance to go meet like the town where they're at, learn a little bit more about the history, and learn about people there, like Black artists and different things like that. So I highly recommend going to Louisa and not just spending time in Old San Juan, although those are wonderful destinations to go to. I also have been to St. Maarteen, which I absolutely love. I love going to do ATV rides, so I took a day trip there and we went ATV riding all over the island, got a chance to eat some local food there. It is beautiful. There's two sides. There is the French side, and I want to say the British side, but don't quote me on that. I am horrible at geography, even though I'm a traveler. Yes, I'm horrible. But I highly recommend St. Maarteen. And also, of course, Jamaica. You have to go to Jamaica. We are super welcome there. Go to Jamaica, eat some jerk chicken. We went to the waterfalls there. That is one destination that I did not spend enough time in, but I definitely have to go back. So those are some of the islands where I felt like super, super welcome. And also, let me not forget Cuba. I absolutely fell in love with Cuba. People will be like, are they welcome to Americans? Do they want us over there? Absolutely. They will say, holler out American down the street, but they love us. I got a chance to spend time with the locals, and for me not to know Spanish that well, I thought I was really good. You don't know how smart you are, how much you have utilized things until you're in that situation. So I loved it. I think even coming back home, I just felt so sad. I'm like, why am I so sad? I was like, oh my God, I'm depressed because I'm no longer in Cuba anymore. So that tells you that you should definitely go to Cuba. There are rumors flying around, people think they can't go to Cuba. You can go to Cuba, not maybe in the middle of the pandemic, but once that's all over, you can definitely go over there. Next we have Thailand. I went to Southeast Asia for a monumental birthday. And I went with my cousin, and we had a ball in Thailand. Again, when I go to these places, I like to city hop because each city is very different. We landed in Bangkok. We got a chance to eat some food. We stayed in a really nice hotel called the Labua State Towers, where they filmed a video there. And then we moved on to Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai reminds me of the countryside. It's very green, very kind of open. That's where we got a chance to go to an elephant sanctuary and visit tigers. And that is also where they have a large expat community. We had dinner, we were chilling on the corner. This black guy from Chicago comes by, and he's like, hey, where y'all going? And we like, where you going? And he's like, oh, there's an open mic down the street. Went to the open mic, had a blast. And again, one of those places I know that I have a community if I ever go to Chiang Mai, Thailand. The next city we went to was Phuket. Phuket is the beach. I am a beach lover, so anytime I'm on vacation, I have to get to the beach. So I love visiting Phuket as well. We went to Lake James Bond Island. We went on a canoe ride. I just felt very welcome there. And if you guys don't know, there are a lot of people that are smaller in size in Thailand. So although it didn't bother me, I was super excited when we went to a place called a Gypsy Island. On the Gypsy Island, there were people that looked like my size. I've never been more excited to see somebody that looked like my size when I was traveling. But they're super, super welcoming. I was walking in the market. We were taking a food tour, and this lady, she touched me, and I'm like, whoa, who is this touching me? But basically, she touched me to stop me and tell me that her mother, who couldn't speak English, just wanted to tell me that I was beautiful. So again, if that's not accepting, I don't know what is. Did I get stares in Thailand? I got stares when we went to one of the main museums there, but I don't know if it was people staring at me because my color, because my size, or whatever the case is. That was the only time I felt uncomfortable in Thailand, but the rest of the time I was there, I feel like they have a lot of tourists, they have a lot of expats, so I don't really feel like you get a whole lot of stares there. So I felt very pleased, would definitely go back. Again, the food is wonderful. You can get food that you could get back at home. There are McDonald's, but there are also their type of food. When I took my cooking class, I learned how to make pad thai, and I make it for the family, and they absolutely love it. So I highly recommend Thailand as one of those places that you feel welcome in as a Black person. So I don't have a whole lot of information on Europe because it's not a destination that I normally travel to, but I decided to go to Spain to volunteer for an English program where I was able to teach English for a week, and then I stayed a couple days in Barcelona and a couple days in Madrid. People often ask, did I feel any racism or anything like that? Now again, the majority of the time was spent like in the countryside during this volunteer program, but the couple days that I had on my own, I was in the city touring around. I didn't feel like there were anybody racist towards me, whether I was out shopping or whether I was eating or whether I was at a restaurant. Now, not to say that I want to experience racism, but I don't know if I would stay longer or if I was in a different city, would that have occurred? But again, like I said, I felt very safe there, and I think that it's a place that people can travel to. Everybody experiences different, so somebody may say something different about Spain, but for me, I felt safe and I felt very welcome in the cities that I was in. I think I like Madrid over Barcelona, but we'll give Barcelona another chance. Just nothing went right that day, and that's how traveling goes. It is what it is. So I'll definitely have to go back to Spain to explore a bit more of the cities that I didn't get a chance to explore. Let's go to Mexico. So I have been to Mexico City. I did Mexico City as a birthday weekend getaway. I had a job and they wouldn't allow me to go on my usual planned vacation, which was on a cruise and go to Disney World, which I still need to make it there, but I decided to go to Mexico City instead. I was actually very pleased with Mexico City. I had never really heard about it, but I knew that it was close to California and I said, let's go. Only spent a weekend there, but I was at a horse ranch where I went horseback riding, all you can eat food, waterfalls. I just had a really good time, and then I did get a chance to go into the city and explore a bit. So I definitely would like to go back to Mexico City, but Mexico City is very welcoming of people like us, and I felt very safe there. Like, there was police everywhere. And so I always felt safe while I was there. I've also been to Tijuana. If you are in California, you know we are like a couple hours from Tijuana. Never had any issues there. I've also been to Cozumel, like on a cruise ship, had a good time. So I highly recommend Mexico as a destination. I would actually like to explore other places like Tulum or Cancun or Cabo, but I have not done those yet. But Mexico is definitely the move to make. And especially since right now they're the only people that's open while we're in the middle of a pandemic. So I say go for it. Hope that you have enjoyed this video. And when you are looking for places where Blacks or African Americans feel welcome or they're friendly and you're able to go without no issues, those are just some of the places that I have been that I highly recommend. So please let me know below in the comment section of other places that you have felt very welcome so that other people can go to those places as well. And if you are looking for an exit scene, I think some of those places are great. Like I said, they have Black expats that are living well. And if you haven't noticed, that these places are a lot cheaper to live in than America. So with the height of what is going on in our world, whether it's the pandemic or whether we're still fighting racism, George Floyd, you know, different things like that, I think that this would be a good time to make an exit strategy. I am working on my exit strategy. Like, okay, where do I want to go? Where do I want to explore? So again, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and let me know if you agree with the places that I have stated as well. Let me know if you've been to these places, how you love them, and again, give me other suggestions of where other people can go. All right, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, comment, and share button, and happy travels.